do you call a pedophile pirate?
What?
R. Kelly. But that
Pretty cool.
that wasn't that good. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you've had some better ones, but
I've had some
hey,
better ones, you know.
that one's
But
pretty
welcome to the
clean.
Racing Home Podcast. You're joined by your two hosts, Nick Agutter and myself, Fez Bobber, aka Banana Man. What are we talking about today, Nick? Or how
Uh,
was your weekend? Let's start with that.
yeah, weekend. So yesterday I went autocrossing for the second time since a Gridlife event.
Nice.
So honestly, I think I talked about this in the previous podcast. I'm trying to pick up autocrossing to try to just get another driving skill into the tool belt to try to do something else driving wise
Mhm.
and try to have better heads up skills. So keeping my eyes up and looking ahead and planning ahead. So this autocross was at the same parking lot as the one that was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago was with Saska down in San Antonio. The one yesterday was an organization local here in Austin, Texas. Spokes is what their Instagram, Texas Spokes.
Mhm.
So in any case, different layout, different track designer, and this one was way more fun than the first one.
Hmm.
The first one was kind of like it was very much just a slalom turn, slalom turn, slalom turn. You're done. Like it was kind of boring. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna keep doing this. But the one that I did yesterday had a lot more elements to it that was very intriguing. So like you actually had to look at the layout and like kind of sacrifice some corners, and then you can actually like kind of curve around this middle section. Overall, a lot more challenging, a lot more fun. And
Mhm.
so this is like the first time at an autocross event that I can recall that I actually like nicked a cone so bad that I actually left an imprint on on the driver's side door of the Focus. I was in the garage
Nice.
this morning. I was like, "Oh fuck! I actually like put a mark in here. I'm gonna have to like put some elbow grease to get this one off."
Nice.
Um, but that's just due to the fact that like the track was incredibly dusty and slippery. Um, I did say in did I talk to you about my transmission on the podcast? Or that might have been offline only.
I don't remember.
Okay, well I'll just bring it up real quick. So fourth
We
gear is on vacation right now.
okay.
This is an issue that's been going on for the past 2 years now, and I've
Mhm.
been kind of babying it and taking care of it, but it's definitely been an issue. You felt it when you drove my car. You
I
said
thought I was
felt it.
I thought I was fucking up while driving. I was like, "Oh my god, did I fuck his car up?"
It
Uh,
probably didn't make it any better. No, you didn't mess it up. It had been there, and I've just been kind of like nursing it and band-aiding it with some thicker transmission fluids. But effectively, from everything that I've read, is that it's the shift fork that's going bad. The three
mm,
four shift fork, because it
mhm,
was third gear, and then I did like this neutral reset procedure on the cable shift cables to try
mhm,
to fix it. And then third gear got better, but now it's fourth gear. So it's not synchro related. It's definitely like shift fork related because that's
mm,
what's pushing the gears into third or into fourth.
mhm,
So now it's gone so bad that the shift fork doesn't want to push fourth gear in all the way. So
hmm,
what that means is I'm now driving without fourth. I can, if I really want to, try to get into fourth gear, but it is like every other shift it wants to pop out. So I just said, forget it. I'm not going to deal with it. So driving down San Antonio on I-35, about like an hour and a half drive from my home, I was one, two, three, fifth, and then into sixth. So no
Well,
big
good thing
deal.
you don't need fourth for autocross.
No, you don't. So like for autocrossing, no big deal. Autocrossing it was
Mhm,
just second gear. Oh, and that was the other thing that was really fun about this track. This track had a really fast section, so I was
mhm,
hitting rev limiter in second gear 3 different times. It was on the like the front stretch through a slalom. You made a wide turn, and then the middle
mhm,
section was actually pretty high speed, where all the 8.6 people, first gen and second gens, they were all going
mhm,
into third to get through that middle section, and then there was a hard braking zone down to second gear. Then kind of you loop around the course and come up to the finish line. Um, my second gear was just about tall enough that I could get away with like sitting on the rev limiter for a little bit, but
mhm,
rewatching the videos, I should have been shifting to third. But at the same time, my shift fork isn't playing nice, so like whatever. But
mm.
it's a lot of fun. What I've realized about the car for autocross, suspension is very, very soft. So I need to do, I don't know, maybe some Fortunato coilovers or who knows what next season or the season after for upgrade suspension. And
Mm.
then, yeah. the transmission will be getting pulled sometime next month once the weather's cooler, and I'm not, like, dehydrated after spending an hour in the garage because it's still, like, 100
Mhm,
degrees out here. Um,
mhm,
so did I oh, so on top of that so on top of pulling out the transmission to replace the shift fork, I'm also gonna be doing an LSD. I definitely recall talking about that, where I was like, I'm noticing the lack of an LSD, like, kinda hindering my times in autocross. So I'm gonna
mhm.
install an LSD, and then what else? New synchros on all the gears. There's a pause because Fez decided to yawn.
Sorry, I had to yawn. I'm just tired. Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
It sounds like more major maintenance stuff. I think we might have touched on all this last week. I don't remember because I know we definitely rushed last week's
Yeah.
episode. So, 'cause I had to be somewhere. I'm really sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Um, but yeah, no, I definitely remember this conversation. Yeah,
Yeah,
you have
so
a
that's
lot
coming up.
going on. I am jealous though that you are getting to go and still go out on track days and autocross while my car is still stuck in Chicago and I can't do anything with it. So I kind of miss my car lately
I
because all
know.
of our friends are going out and they're going to the racetrack. And I was like, can I co-drive? Like it just feels awkward asking people to co-drive. Tan, a lot of people know him
Yeah,
and he's
that's
a
cool.
pretty decent driver. So people know that he's a good driver. Um, I think in Texas, at least, not a lot of people know of me, and, I mean, people
I
know
think you'd
of.
be surprised, like, quite a few of the 8-6 people that I spoke to at Autocross yesterday,
Mhm.
they knew of you, so, yeah. I mean,
Really?
you're like the yellow 8-6 person, basically, in the 8-6 world, so
Banana Man, hell yeah.
it makes its way
Uh,
around on the reels and on the, TikTok.
yeah.
Um, you never know.
Yeah,
We'll
I
know
mean,
till you ask.
definitely, want to drive more. I missed it, but I'm gonna be in Austin next week for a
Yeah, but I
WEC
won't be
race.
here.
I know, you suck because 'cause you're going to freaking Virginia.
Sorry, gotta see some
Uh,
family.
I know. We coulda gone WEC together. So there's a WEC WEC race happening. To those that don't know, it's called World Endurance Challenge. Toyota is a big part of WEC. We have our Toyota GR Europe coming there because they're the ones who lead that program.
Mhm.
And so my coworker randomly, or our Japan staff coworker, he got invited to it from the U.S. side, and then he was like, "Hey, we have another Japan staff backed out," and then he invited my coworker, and I was like, "Wait, I want to go." So and we have like $1,000 self learning budget, and that we can use, I guess. So that's what I'm going to use to go down to WEC. I need to ask them though because I also want to go to Supras in Vegas. There's a.
Ooh, that
Have you
sounds
heard of that
fun.
event?
No, I've not heard of it, but the thought of, like, I don't know, checking out a car event of a bunch of Supras in Las Vegas at the same time sounds pretty sweet.
So it's a yearly event. I think we went there a couple of years in a row, but this time they're being hesitant to go, and I'm like, I want to go to that. That sounds like more fun to me than going to a WEC race and just watching cars go around. Um, but yeah, so if they're like, hey, we're not gonna go, but you can use your budget to go,
Mhm.
then I'm probably gonna not use that budget for WEC. I'd rather go to Supers in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Man, that'd be pretty cool.
yeah,
Well, let me know, we can talk about it
after that happens.
after that happens in, like, 2 weeks' time, roughly.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be
So,
cool.
otherwise, my weekend, I'm picking up a lot of like because I'm not on my car here. I'm doing a lot of non-car activities lately. Like
Like what?
pickleball. I went played pickleball once.
Dang. Dude, that's
That's
becoming a really popular sport. Like, a
it's a
lot of
lot of fun.
cowork isn't it basically, like, halfway between tennis and ping pong?
That's exactly it. But it's really easy. It's really fun to play. It's really easy on your body as well. So like if you want to get into any kind of a sport that just want to have fun with from friends, I highly recommend it. I just
Hmm.
played it once and I'm kind of hooked. Like I want to go again.
I
I'm
definitely would be down to give it
trying.
a shot and try it out.
Yeah, let me know when you're in Dallas or I'm in Austin. We can go to a court somewhere.
What does it take does it require a specific pickleball, like, course?
Just pickleball courts that you got to play on.
Okay, so, like, the lines are specific? You couldn't
It's
just set up a net somewhere randomly? Like, if we wanted to, could we do it out on the street or in, like, a Gridlife paddock?
you could I guess do that. but the lines are specific, and there's like specific rules you got to follow. But you could just if you're just playing for fun, wanting to go back and forth, you
I
could,
was
I
just
guess, set it up in a Gridlife paddock if you wanted to.
I mean, if I get hooked on this, it'd be kind of fun to go and set up a net and just get some chalk, put it down on the
Yeah,
ground, and then chalk up some lines and have a little pickleball league
dude, that'd be
after
awesome.
event hours.
After hours, that'd be awesome. I'd be down to do that.
I got to get
Um,
into it first. I don't know if I'm gonna be any good.
I sucked for our first few games, and then eventually, like figured it out. I was like lobbing it up, and they were smashing it
Hmm.
down, so then I kept losing that way. But then they were like, "Oh no, it's like a ping pong paddle, like down," and I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." I come from a badminton background, like a typical brown person, so different ways of playing.
Oh man, Carol might
Um,
actually be really good at this. Carol's really, really good at ping pong.
dude, she would
It's not
destroy.
okay. Dang.
Yeah,
Okay, I have to get her
uh,
into it.
for sure. And it's a good workout. Like you get to move your body. So
Yeah,
I did that, and then some coworkers invited me, like, "Hey, we play kickball, kickball."
kickball. That's another new sport. I haven't heard of that one.
Sorry, kickball, not kickleball. We play kickball every Thursdays. You should join. And I was like, "Oh, sure." And I thought it was like just a work thing.
Hmm.
And then I got added into this group chat with like 20 people in there, and they were like, "Yeah, it's." I was like, "Who's all in this group chat?" It's like, "Oh, it's a lot of my SMU friends." So it's not a work thing.
No,
And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I thought they were just playing between themselves, and I was like running 2 minutes late to this game, and they were like, "Hurry up, we're running late." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And I'm like running onto the field, and I see people wearing like the same shirts, like
oh,
uniforms,
they're all matching. Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh, this is serious. This is like a full on league." Turns out I pulled up to a league, and I joined a kickball league, I guess. So um, yeah, it's a lot of fun though. I had a lot of fun there. Met some new people, met some new friends, made some new friends there, and then we lost 20-0. So
Oh my god.
yeah,
20 to
yeah,
20-0.
20. Like we made 0 points. We got halfway through this.
How long is a game?
It was like 2 hours or an hour long game or
Oh,
something like
okay.
that. But it was bad. It was really bad. but
2 hours of depression.
it was just I just felt good to be part of the team, and then after that, we went to a bar, and there's karaoke that happened at this bar every Thursdays. It was across the
That
street,
was pretty cool.
so we did karaoke, and then everyone drank till 2 in the morning on a
Oh,
Thursday night.
dang. Good on Thursday night?
Thursday night.
Oh, geez, that explains why you're up till 3 AM.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. So that was a good time.
Holy fuck, dude.
It was a lot of fun though. I want to do it again. So
I
making
will
new
say that's
friends.
the hangouts and, like, the, not the drinking explicitly, but, like, the hangout portion is why I was enjoying getting back into autocross because,
Mhm.
like, Matt and Danny were both there, and so
Mhm.
after, the autocross event, we all went to Guadalupe Brewing. Carol drove down from Austin, and so we just had pizza, drank beers, and just hung out.
Yeah.
Matt, Danny, Pete was over there as well.
Yeah.
Several other people's names that are currently lapsing my brain, but yeah, awesome hangs with everybody. And another thing that we did, so last weekend I was in Dallas.
Mhm.
What did we do? Where did we go?
Oh, forgot about that.
Mhm, mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
We got some brunch, and then we went to Andretti, because
Yeah,
we were kids, and, kinda expensive, honestly, for
it was expensive. It's for rich kids, not us.
it's for rich kids. It's an indoor so Andretti has an indoor go-karting race, track, and it's, like,
In
multi-level
Dallas.
in Dallas. They're opening one up in Chicago as well,
That'll be cool.
and there's, other ones as well, but, yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. There's a lot of people that did not know what they were doing, so there's a lot of, like,
Nope.
slowdowns, like, every 2 minutes, or every lap, half a lap, if someone would
Dude,
spin out, and they would pause their cars.
yeah. It felt
Um,
like we were in GLTC race in, Midwest Fest where it was, like, more than half the race was under yellow or under caution.
it was, like, 3 out of 4 races that were under caution.
Yeah, that was rough over there at Midwest. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So going up to Andretti, I think like the thing that was really, really cool is not just like any other go-karting complex where it's just a flat layout of 90s or 180-degree turns. It
Mhm.
actually has elevation. And so it's two stories. You half the track's on the top floor, half the track's on the bottom,
Mhm.
and it's a lot of fun. So like, what's unique about it is that going up, um, if you get boost, then like that uphill section is a lot of fun. You're basically like sliding around. At least I was sliding around a decent amount, almost felt like
Mhm.
Tokyo Drift.
Mhm.
And then there's another corner on just before you start coming back down where it's like a bank turn 180 degree. And so you
Mhm.
could actually stay like flat through that. There was it was only on the downhill section that I had to actually use the brake. But it was just really fun to go and try like a different element to it.
Mhm.
And so the first race that you and I did, we went out, we were just scumbags. We were just having fun, playing practically with wheel, even though they told us not to. And then we got out and we realized that like, oh crap, they're actually tracking our fastest lap times. And I think we were at like what 45s or something like that, 43s, like or
40s.
40. I don't know. We were lower 40s. And so immediately what clicked into my head is like, okay, this is another Gingerman event. This is another Lagoon event. We gotta go sub 40. And so we paid like another $100 to go and do a second race.
Yeah.
And this time it was Fez, I, our significant others, and then two other random people. And so it was a decently clean track, and we actually went sub 40. And officially, same track conditions, same carts, I can beat Fez. I got P1.
I got blocked by people.
Oh, that is bullshit, dude.
I got blocked by people. I am fatter. I can't go up the hill as fast as you. I got gravity pulling
Yeah,
me
that's fun.
down.
Yeah, but you have more friction when you make the turns.
Call me fat.
No, I'm just kidding. No. Yes. No. No.
uh,
It was just fun. I just had to. It was just fun to hang out and like actually
yeah.
like battle for each other,
We
battle
both
for
got
lap
onto like
times
the
in different ways.
one of the top times for the week, I guess.
Yeah, they keep track of the top 10 drivers of the week, and so I was immediately in third place. I think you were in fifth with your time.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know how like the top people in the are all the way like in the 20s. So they have they keep track the top 10 or 20 for the month, and there were people putting down lap times that were in the 29s. And so I was sitting there like I cannot fathom shaving off another,
6
what would that
seconds.
be? 7 seconds because we
Yeah.
did 36s.
Mhm.
I cannot fathom where they were shaving off 7 seconds. I don't know if they were just jumping off the track like Rainbow Road style in Mario Kart 64. I don't. I'm just lost at words of how they were doing that.
I think the carts were inconsistent because there was a couple of laps where the cart just felt faster, like they had
Yeah,
turned the
I
boost
think
up or
the
something.
boost. It seemed like yeah, that happened to me where like it definitely felt like the boost on one of the laps kicked on automatically.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't kicking on because I was pressing the button. It felt like it just turned on automatically, like it was an automatic DRS enabled.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, I gotta bring up another aspect. So the cars that we actually ran over there in Andretti, they are the exact same go-karts that are utilized at the official Formula One go-karting track in London. Like over in England,
Mhm.
there's an one single in the whole world, one single go-karting track that is Formula One sponsored or Formula One licensed, some whatever you want to call it. And so those cars, they're identical. The difference though is that they don't call it boost, they call it ERS, and then they also have DRS.
Hmm.
So the way DRS works for them is very similar to actual Formula One. If you are within a second of the person in front of you at the detection point, then you get an additional boost. So it's the same boost. Oops, hit my radio microphone again. It's making the cart faster in the same fashion, just more power. But instead of it being like once a lap, you get it every single time you cross that detection point, and you're within a second of the person in front of you.
Mhm.
So, and here's the other thing that's really, really cool about this setup over in England. They have a qualifying session that's 15 minutes long. So you're just in that 15-minute session trying to get down your fastest lap time, similar to what we did
Mhm.
on the second race at Andretti. And then they have a 15-minute race, and the race is a standing start. So based on like that qualifying time,
Yeah.
you get into your starting formation, you get into your grid position in the starting line, lights go out, and then there's a 15-minute race. So
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool to
we
do.
tried doing that at Texas Motor Speedway. I went there with a few coworkers, and one of the coworkers, or well, actually our VP, he used to kart. He used to be really into go karting, and he owned one. He still owns one, and whatnot. And we were saying that we should do a standing start. So I tried negotiating a standing start with the people there, and they were like,
Mhm.
Sure, I guess you can just stop." And I was like, "Go for it." And then apparently they didn't communicate. And then my team that we were trying to figure out like where to grid accordingly because they weren't gridding us. They told us to do like
Yeah.
an outlap and just stop. And nobody really knew what the grid was, so we all just kind of came to a stop. And the guy was like waving the flag, the checkered, like, "Why are you stopped on the middle of the track? Go!"
Go.
We're like, "Okay, the standing start thing isn't working, so we're just gonna go." Yeah, I want to do a standing start. I want to do a standing start go kart day.
Yeah, I do too. It'd be
Yeah,
fun to do in Andretti again if it's like boiling hot outside or if it's raining.
yeah.
I also want to go to Dallas Karting Complex because I have not been there since they did the new track. I know it's not, from what I've heard, it's not the greatest layout, but I still want to do it. There's also what I
Repave
learned
it
about.
sucks.
Uh, maybe who knows? Maybe it got rubbered in since then. Wait, repave like the track condition, the surface condition sucks,
Yeah,
or
yeah. Like they put some they messed up while pouring the asphalt, and it's just very slippery. It's like being on a drift track the entire time.
I've been hearing the same things about the new repave over at Harris Hill. Turn 6 and 7, the turns that we were complaining the most about being bumpy, they fixed
Hmm.
that with a repave. But even Tan, who went out to the track yesterday, Kunwu, Yusuf, they were all saying that it's still very, very slick on the new
Hmm.
repave. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Maybe it just needs some time to rubber in. In any case, there's also a karting complex down in San Antonio. San Antonio Karting Complex. No idea
Hmm.
if it's the same thing as Dallas Karting Complex, if it's the same company, but it's an outdoor gas powered karting complex.
Yeah,
So
I'm down.
it'd be something while your car's stuck up in the Midwest still. Are you gonna do
Yeah,
Autobahn?
I'm trying to get a ticket or instruct or something.
Okay, so if you're listening to the podcast and your car's fourth gear transmission is going out, so you're gonna do a transmission rebuild before Autobahn, sell your ticket to Feds. I wish I had a
I'll
ticket to
take
sell,
it.
but I don't have
I'll take it.
it.
But yeah, whatchamacallit. But yeah, like not having my car here in Texas makes me want to buy another car, as I've been talking about it for a very long time, just like once, and
So
then
that was something
and then
that
keep one
Matt
here.
was able to enjoy because Matt, his 240 and his tow rig, they're up in
Hmm.
Milwaukee right now or somewhere near there.
Hmm.
Um, but he's able to drive around in his 86 and he's able to compete not in D Street. What was the other one? UXA, whatever class that is.
Hmm.
And so he's able to go out and do track stuff, do autocross stuff, and funnily enough, that car still has his kid's back seat, so it's also his daily driver.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, having another fun car is definitely the way to go. That way, when your car, when the actual race car is down or in another
Hmm.
state, you still have something to enjoy.
Yeah, the issue is I have expensive taste that I cannot afford.
I mean, this
So
could be a shit box. It could be, or not shit box. I think Yusuf is selling an E36. Yeah, buy his E36.
he's selling his E36 M3.
Oh, I don't know if it's an M3.
Oh, I'd want an M3. I still want a fun car.
I mean, it's trackable. I'll send you a photo of it.
Yeah, send me a photo.
Actually, I'll just tag you in it right now. Anyways, we'll talk offline about that.
Yeah.
What else? What's going on?
But yeah, so after Road America, we kind of left off, and I had to run to a California for a trip for work. It's crazy to me that I went from being a Joe Blow in production engineering and supply chain to now being instrumental part of GR, which is insane. Um,
Hmm.
so GR Corolla was being revealed at a pop-up shop in California in Little Tokyo. So I got invited to go to that from work, and it was pretty cool. Um, so basically, there's a shop called Bowls in Little Tokyo. They have it's a clothing store. So Toyota basically repurposed that clothing store to have a reveal, and it's still going on right now. It's a 3 week long event where each week they had a different car in there. So like the first week was the GR Corolla that we revealed for 25 model year, with a new automatic transmission, and then the next week we had the Hakone edition GR86 that was in there, and then this week it's the Supra GT4 car that's in there.
Pretty cool.
And they were like, it was a very cool event. The first day, there was a line all the way around the blocks. There was a lot of like, um, really cool cars parked out. There's like a really cool Prius out of all cars. I was like, holy shit, this Prius is cool.
Was it
Um,
bag? Like, what made it cool?
it was bagged with some hub covers, kind of like or the wheel covers, kind of like Eric Teal. And it was just sick. I'll share a photo of it. It was sick Prius. Uh, out of all the cars, there's Vin Inatra from the Hoonigan person.
Yeah.
Um, he was there. Alex Bernstein was there. Mike Kojima was there. A lot of people that I met at Laguna were there. But like lots of Ken Yushi was there. Frederick Osbo was there. Um, Papadakis was there. I think he left early though. A lot of people were there because they wanted those famous people to come and
Mhm.
check the car out and blast it on their social media. Ryan
Right.
Turk was there, so I got to like hang out with all those people, and it was wild. I like it's never thought that I would get to a point where I would just be hanging out with Ryan Turk, and
Yeah,
yeah,
from your Instagram stories, it looked like a lot of fun.
it was a good time.
That yeah, it looked
We
like a
had
really good time. Plus, you're out in California, and you got to enjoy some of the California roads.
hmm Yeah, so that was a good time. I mean, my coworker, we got free drinks. We had a band for free drinks there. So my coworker just got drunk, and I was basically babysitting him the entire time. I was like, "Where's Andy? Oh my
Did
god, where'd he go? I gotta go get him." um,
He's
fun,
on
fun.
adventure.
He was literally on an adventure. I put the intern in charge of him. It's like, "Oh, make sure you keep tabs on him, and he doesn't like run away or do something stupid." Um, and then he got drunk. The intern got drunk. I was like, "God damn it." Um, so, fun fact. I was there. We were talking to someone, and it's a girl named Sonia Slides, Sonia Kless. She's on Instagram. She's with Falcon and does the Falcon Drive programs for
Yeah,
people
you
who want to
mentioned
take on
this
roads,
last
right?
time. You mentioned this in the last podcast.
I did. Okay.
Yeah.
She knew me as the Banana Man. She saw us walk up on stage with T-Pain, me dressed as Banana, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm international! Not international. I am
National.
national." The Banana Man goes.
It goes
Um,
national. It's not only is in your local grocery store, it's also on social media and at your
it's
local track day.
yep. The banana's going viral in a way. So that was really funny. Like, there's someone that I knew on Instagram or followed me on Instagram spotted me there. That
Yeah.
felt wild to me. Um, yeah, so it was a good time. I had a lot of fun there. And then we
Sick.
had a bunch of like the chief engineer was there. We had some marketing people from Japan there, and then we kind of did a whole trip for them to show them the U.S. market of what the customers here want. Like so we took them
Mhm.
to New Combs Ranch on ACH. There's a car meet there on Friday mornings. Jay helped. Jay is one of our friends that I met at Laguna. He helped kind of organize that for us. So huge thanks to him for that. But it was a really great event. Like, and you're at New Combs Ranch. It's a bunch of cars, a bunch of old P cars. Magnus Walker was there. Matt Farah was there. Zach Clapman. That's his last name. I don't know, but he was there. Saw a Ford Escort. Am I frozen? No, I'm not. Okay.
Dope.
I saw a
Very
Ford
cool.
Escort, which was really cool. A bunch of super cool cars were there. And then the next day went to Cars and Coffee. That happens there every week. Every weekend there's a Cars and Coffee in Orange County, and it's thousands of cars that show up there every weekend.
That's
So like
wild
that type
because,
of
like,
vibe.
it's not the same people that are going every time. Like, I wouldn't have the time to go and do that. So, like, to have 1,000
No.
people event every weekend,
hmm
that just shows how strong the car scene is over there.
It's huge. It's huge. Like there was a Carrera GT I saw. There was a 488, the G forgetting the term of it, but like the Speciale version of the
Mhm.
488 was there. SVJs, like a bunch of super cool cars. A Noble, I saw a
Mm.
Noble there. Do you know what a Noble is?
Yeah. I had to think about it for a
Yeah,
second.
it's from I know of it because of Top Gear. Um,
Yep. Yeah. Dude, that's pretty yeah.
yeah, it gets shipped to the U.S. a kit car.
Oh.
What's that?
Hmm. I'm holding up my finger because you brought up Top Gear. Just real
Uh-huh.
quick, the Grand Tour, did you see that next month they're gonna have their final episode? I think it's like mid-September, September 13th or 18th, one of the two. But
We're gonna have to do a Top Gear special episode,
yeah,
and how near and dear it is to our hearts. And we're gonna talk about our favorite memories from Top Gear when that time comes.
that'll be really good.
And then Sunday was my free day, and Alex Bernstein, he also a photographer for Toyota, but and also a great car guy. Jamie Santos bought his M1M. Um,
Oh,
so that
yeah, yeah,
1M
yeah.
was built by Alex Bernstein and then Jamie Santos. Just so he sold it to someone in Dallas, and then Jamie bought it from someone in Dallas. Um,
And part of that story for Jamie buying that BMW is he actually stayed at my place in Houston because at the time we were living in Houston, so he went up
mhm,
to our place, spent the night. Next day, drove to Dallas, bought the car, went back to
mhm,
Houston, spent the night, and that was my first time to check it out. Was in my neighborhood parking lot. Feel
mhm.
so bad for the neighbors because Jamie was like he was super ecstatic about buying the car, and so he was
Yeah.
like, "Do you want to listen to it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? We can start it up tomorrow morning." Because by the time he got back, it was like 11 p.m. on a weekday. And
Mhm.
he just hops in, turns it on, starts revving it. I'm like, this is how I get the HOA. This is how I get the get onto the blacklist for being that guy.
Dude, he got a solid deal back in the day. Like, I think he bought it for
Yeah,
40 or
he
45. It was for sale for 40 or 45, and I was even contemplating it back then, but I was like, I need to build a GR86. Uh, but yeah, no, he got a solid deal. That's
really
a
good deal.
great car. Alex did a phenomenal job with that car. Now Alex is building an E92 M3. So as you all know, I have a little fetish for E92s. Um,
Did
M3s to be specific.
he wait? Did you talk to him about this E92? Uh,
Yeah, I got to ride in it. I got to ride in it, and then it made me want to buy it even more.
oh boy,
Again.
just
So
or you could just like hold out until his becomes available. Well, has he said anything about it going on to marketplace?
his car is two race car now.
Oh, never mind.
So yeah. So going backward a little bit, he calls me at like or messages me the day before and it's like, "Hey, meet me here at 5:45 a.m. before the Angeles Crest Forest." And I was like, "Sunday is my only day off. I've been up at 5 a.m. for 4 days in a row now. I am dead tired, and I don't want to." I like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, cool. I don't want to miss out on this." So get there, and some people that I've known on Instagram were there. So like Boss Racing person, forgot his name. Lois is Lewis is there as well. He's a photographer as well for Toyota. Um, when it's 22B, so I got to hang out with them and like go on this not PCH, ACH drive,
hmm
which was a lot of fun. I had a huge amounts of fun, and it was just surreal.
That's awesome.
And got a ride with Alex, which made me want to buy an E92 again. And we killed a squirrel on the way back. It was funny because like as we're going back, he's flooring it, but he's like the squirrel's like going left, right, left, right, left, right, boom, and you just see the squirrel poof up in front of the windshield, and I'm like, oh no, poor
No.
squirrel.
Wait, so
Uh,
it jumped but wait, so it jumped up and hit the bumper and then got pushed up then?
it hit the splitter and it flew up
Yeah.
somehow. I don't know where it went, but yeah, like it
That's
just
how
got
squirrels go to heaven. It
it
goes up.
couldn't figure out where to go. It panicked. It couldn't figure out. It was like left, right. Ah! Definitely died. Uh, yeah. So that was my Sunday there, and then went to Neptune's Net with the chief engineers. Got to show
Nice.
them some Fast and Furious vibes. Food there was trash. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know,
Um,
I've been there.
yeah, food there is trash. It's just like
I was there in
because
2019.
of Fast and Furious, it's known.
They don't need to try. They just need to make sure they have, tuna sandwiches.
Yeah,
That's all. That could be the one menu item, and people would still go.
I had a patty melt, the opposite of seafood.
No, if you want a patty melt, you should just go to Whataburger. Get a
Hells
Whataburger
yeah,
patty melt.
water butter patty melt's better, way better. But
100%.
overall, a very good trip. I would say it was a lot of fun. Very tiring. I put in 130 hours in that 2 weeks.
You had to track every work hour?
Yeah,
Wow.
because I'm
That's
getting paid
so
overtime.
oh my god, I'm so jealous of that.
I
Not
got
only
I
were
got
you
I got
like
50 hours of overtime.
Jesus, I'm
Yeah,
so
that
jealous.
paycheck was good. I'll say that.
Yeah, it better be. It's gonna go towards all the expenses from this Gridlife, year that we've done.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, so it was a good time.
Yeah, that's
Um,
pretty cool.
it was funny too because I went on a. If you're from Toyota, you're not hearing this. I took the one of the chief engineers in this. We had two Supras. We took them on a canyon drive, right?
Mhm.
I wasn't supposed to, but I was like, "Hey, whisper, whisper, psst, 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 let's go." And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then, so we went out into the canyon drive, and it was just like getting to mob a canyon with a chief engineer that is in
Mhm.
charge of this car is like crazy. Um,
Mhm.
so he had a lot of
Mhm.
fun there, and thanks to Lewis for recommending the
That
roads there.
road.
Yeah, it was great roads.
There's
Really
so many
super
good
tight.
roads that I want to go back and explore.
I am down to do a California trip with the homies.
I would definitely be down as well. I think, if I don't do Lime Rock next year, then the one growth event I would wanna do next year is Laguna.
Well, we could do just a we can rent cars. We can just go out and fly out and have fun in California.
Oh, no, but I'm talking about, like, PTO wise, like, time wise.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
if I go to Laguna, it's
Hmm.
just we would fly out there and rent a car, yes, but I gotta conserve PTO because, we're doing, like, a 2 or 3 week trip out to China next year
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So,
I'm saying
that's
like
the biggest drawback.
if we want to take a weekend trip, like a long weekend trip, where we just take a Friday off and fly back Monday.
Yeah,
We could
that'd
do
actually be
something
really
like
good.
that. Rent a car in California, like a Miata or something, or Corvette, and just go have fun.
I would definitely be down.
Yeah, we could
Yeah, we
do
can
like LA and San Jose and or maybe just one city, like do
I would
LA
wanna
and
go
fly back.
south. I would wanna do, like, LA and San Diego, like, during the wintertime, like, when it's kind of cold, pretty brutal over here,
Mhm.
to go down to LA, San Diego, because I've been to San Diego once, but, like, the time we went down was really hot during the summertime. So I
Mm.
wanna go down again to enjoy the city and check it out, but just not in the summertime. I want it to
Yeah.
be 72 degrees, not 90 or 95.
Let's do it. I'm down. Let's do it
Yeah,
this is
definitely plan it out.
we can do it this winter.
Mm, I'll talk to Carol.
Along What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving. Carol, my sister's coming into town, so I
Okay,
have to
well
stay here.
tell her to fly to LA instead.
She would be down. Definitely true. Okay, hey, we got to backpedal. So I brought up Lime Rock actually because I
Yes.
that's like the one Gridlife event that I really want to do next year, and Carol would also be interested in checking out the Northeast.
Mhm.
To make this happen, we would have to ship our cars over there, like with a bunch of the Texas homies. But this past event, speaking of Jamie Santos with that 135i, he actually ended up getting like fourth place in street mod. So he's, moving around there. And then our good friend Eddie Siegel with the Civic Type R in street class, he got podium, 3rd place, and he
P3
was
baby.
yeah. Joe in 2nd place, and Luca were the only 3 in street class to go sub 1 minute at Lime Rock.
Big
And,
shout out to Luca,
yeah,
man. The man is sweeping the floor straight right now.
Luca, yeah. He has wait, hold on. Is this number 5 for a 1st place plus a record? I think this is 5th time. He did not need to go to this race event, I think. Let me fix
Yes.
it. Let me verify that real quick.
Then for Club TR, we got Evan McLaren, one bad motherfucker.
Yep.
He got P1 again. So huge shout out to him. This dude basically just won Club TR. And Peter got P2. Holy shit. So there's two people in Club TR that deserve this shout out. It's Evan McLaren and Peter Granberg. Like I don't think Peter
Yeah.
listens to this podcast, but I want him to know that unsuspected in a way of people to just come up out of well, Evan's the most unexpected because
Yeah.
Evan and I were back and forth quite a bit, and he just comes and sweeps it like complete
Mhm.
sweep, record and all. So huge, like insane what he's been able to accomplish
Yeah.
this year.
Yep.
And Peter's driving has gotten so much more consistent than before, thanks to I think he's partnered up with Scott Robertson Racing with his
Yep.
coaching, and
Yep.
they've made magic. Like his driving has gotten super consistent. He's gotten so much faster, and he's more level-headed now. And his car is reliable. Like the dude is
Yes.
killing it. That just shows you how important it is to have a reliable car. Because last year his car was not very reliable, and I think he was like in his head a lot of the
Mhm.
times, and that was messing with him. And this year his car's pretty reliable, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he is. He's doing a really, really good job. Because Evan right now is sitting first place. Yeah, so Evan McLaren over in Club TR right now, he is leading the season points. So he has 102 points. God, he's an animal. And then Peter's in second place at 90 points. So Peter
Mhm.
is just 12 points off. And then back to Luca real quick in street class. So the only event he did not get first place or the record was at Midwest Fest. But all of the other events he's gone
He
to,
he didn't get first place at Midwest Fest?
Joe did. So they were out in the session when it was raining for podium sprint,
Mm,
and it was just kind of changing conditions. And Joe did a phenomenal job. I mean, they both did a really, really good job. Joe just did slightly better
mhm.
and got first place at Midwest Fest. But at CMP, Mid Ohio, Road American, and Circuit Legends, Luca got first place and the record. So he has a perfect season right now. He has 104 points.
That's awesome.
Really, really, really good. Really good.
Yeah.
I don't think unless someone from California who got first in Willow Springs drives all the way out to do Autobahn and pit race and gets first place in Laguna. That's the only way that I see Luca losing the championship. Because then we come down to tiebreakers. There's only 3 events left in the season, and whoever this guy that had an Elantra N that got first in Willow Springs, if he somehow gets first in Autobahn, Laguna,
I'm
and
gonna
pit race,
I'm gonna tell you this right now, even if he does come, he's not winning.
no. Luca's got this. Luca's got
Yeah,
first place for this season. So great
so,
job, Luca.
no offense, Hyundais are slow.
Unless you're in Willow Springs, apparently. There was actually someone over there named Luke with the 718 Cayman that got third. And then a
Hmm.
Model 3 got third.
And the Hyundai Elantra beat both of them?
Yeah. Maybe it's really good Elantra. Wait, oh my god, there's only 3. Wow, there's only 3 street class cars at Willow Springs.
So you basically won.
He got an automatic
There you
podium.
go. There you
I
go.
mean, he
That's what you
still had
get.
to beat a 718 Cayman and Model 3, but that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm I don't I will not shit talk people on this podcast, I'm sorry.
Dude, we should ship our cars to Thunderhill and
Dude,
do Willow Springs next
I'm
year. That'd be an easy
I'm
point for
debating
Gridlife points. That
I'm debating just leaving my car with Ravi and just doing all the Gridlife California events because it's easy podiums.
legitimately, okay, actually, you should have done that. Well, you should have asked him to drive the car out last week when he was in town. But if you're going to do that, you should actually do that for Thunderhill in, I think, November is whenever it's coming up. Like, you should do Thunderhill this year
Mhm.
because the Thunderhill event, the season points count towards next year. So anyone who's thinking about season points for next year most likely won't be thinking about doing Thunderhill this year. So if you do Thunderhill this year, those points count to next year, and then you just have to worry about doing 3 events. Leave it there for Willow Springs. So I mean, we can look at Falcon Club TR right now and see how many people did
Is
Willow
it this is
Springs.
this is this is an
1,
off
2, 3.
topic.
Oh, that was a lot of people.
We can discuss this at the end of the podcast.
No, I think it's good. I think it's
Uh,
good, decent content.
our brains are turning, and our ADHD brains are going off on different tangents right now, and I can't do it. I can't.
All
Don't tempt me. The devil, power of Christ compels you. Power of Christ compels you.
It's a great idea. You got to get
My
Robert to
hand.
scumbag you.
Oh my God, you're trying to you scumbag me. I scumbag Ravi. Is that what's going to happen?
Okay, so this trip you wanted to do, going out to San Diego and to LA, we
Stop.
can make it happen. You could drive your car through the through Angeles Crest through these other roads, and we'll leave your car there for Willow Springs and Thunderhill. Okay, we go out there for Thunderhill. We leave it there. You do Willow Springs, and then you have to leave it. Would you leave it there till Laguna at the end of the year? That's the only problem.
When's Willow Springs?
Willow Springs is like March. It's the beginning of the year.
Oh.
So Willow Springs was round 2. Willow Springs was between CMP and Rev Up.
Mm.
So like realistically, you would only be banking on getting like first at those 2 events,
Listen, man.
and then bring your
Listen.
car back to the Midwest Fest or Midwest.
Realistically, I'm bringing the car back to Dallas first from Chicago.
And then we're driving over to San Diego. Yes, I
If
agree.
uh, and then I don't know what I'm doing with the car. All I know is that the
You
front
gotta
suspension needs to be revalved first, and then I need to take some weight out of the car somehow. I don't know, and I'm gonna swap my header to a EL header as well, and probably try to get the Venturi intake to get like 5 more horsepower. Um,
dude, I would
that's
love to do that install. I haven't done, like, a legitimate exhaust install in quite a while.
uh,
I say that, I literally just did my downpipe install this year, but
we could do it. It's my car's gonna sound like shit now because it's gonna be an EL header with a straight pipe. It's gonna sound like a Honda fart can, like bah. Uh,
like, it sound any
so
worse than my car. My car does not sound very good.
yeah, uh,
It's not
I
because
think
of
it
the Cobb
sounds good.
exhaust, it's really because of the downpipe. The
Yeah,
catless downpipe that I have, it makes the car sound pretty rough.
yeah, yeah.
Alright, so in this podcast, Fez went out to California, and he's gonna go back with his car. We no. Yes, yes, yes. I'm trying to convince you still.
How about we drive your car to California? Your car is more drivable.
My car would get impounded so quickly for being catless in California.
Have you seen my car, you dipshit?
It's not my problem if your car gets impounded.
Okay, but you worried about your car, not my
Yeah.
car?
Well, yeah, because I'm the one that pays for my registration and my insurance.
Boy, I have no cat. My car looks like it's a full-on race car with livery. I have no airbags. You have airbags still.
True.
I have no windows.
Oh, I'm not suggesting we drive it out there. We would tow it.
Oh, I was also suggesting we tow your car,
Oh. Alright, well, now
and
we
then
can keep talking.
we can co-drive your car at Laguna.
Dude, we go back and forth on saying that we're not doing Gridlife next year, and then now we're doing Gridlife.
Listen, man,
ADHD.
grid life is addicting, and there's no way I'm stopping it. So, I might not do a lot of events, but I might do some events, or my autism might kick in, and then I might just do all the events. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. To be very honest
It
with
would
you,
be wild to go and do all
I
the
can
events in one year.
I can tell you that if I'm sad, probably 4 or 2. You know, if I'm happy, 6 events. Depends.
Doing
Uh,
11. Oh my god. That'd be crazy. Anyways, okay. So, what else we got to wrap up? We're kind of rambling now at this point.
we are. That's about it for me.
That's it? That's all you got? Okay, well. Any future plans? Any weekend plans coming up? Oh, you already told me you're going out to down to Austin for your race. I'm going to Virginia for family, and then at some point in September or maybe October, pulling the transmission out. Those are my car plans for the near future.
Let me know if you need help.
Do you really want to help?
Sure, I'll come hang out.
Hmm. It is nice having someone that hands down wrenches, just to keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
Nick from UCards, he has a YouTube channel and he has his own Blue Focus RS. He lives down in San Antonio. He was the one who helped me out with the clutch, and so he's gonna help me out with the transmission again. So he's gotta wait for our weekends to line up and for the weather to cool down. So I'll let you know what weekend we end up picking.
Yeah.
I already had to
I'll help.
cancel a
I-
track day because of this. I
I'll
won't
help you if you help
say
me.
that. What's gonna be hard on your car? Your header?
No, I mean we could swap my trains as well.
Oh.
Help me rebuild my trains. 6 gear and shift fork.
Wait, is your shift work going bad too?
It's a common issue. So if I'm gonna have the transmission off, I'm just gonna swap it as well.
Uh, so not a problem right now, but you want to get ahead of it, take care of it
Yeah,
before. That makes sense.
pretty much.
6 gear and shift fork, just 3/4 or all of them?
It's the clutch fork that's bad, not shift fork. Sorry.
Oh my god, you're making me look bad. To wrap up this podcast, all I want to say is congrats to everyone who did really well at Lime Rock last weekend. Eddie, because of his podium, he has now displaced me from my position. So I was third place in the season. I am now fifth place. And Joe also displaced me because he only had 2 events underneath his belt. Now this is event number 3, and his points placing him now in second place. So holding down fifth, got 3 more events. Hopefully I don't slide down any further past, I think 7th is my goal. I think realistically I can hold down 7th.
Can you open Club TR?
I figured you wanted to see. And for Feds, Club TR, he is
Aw.
currently in 6th place.
I
Well,
thought
I
we
mean,
both were 5th for a second. I got excited. I was like, "5th place podiums." Uh,
we can claim 6th place. I'm sure I'm gonna slide down further. I'm
yeah.
almost sure of it. I mean, of this list, do you see anyone like displacing you? Everyone else in Club TR has 4 events or 5 events or 6 events.
Jeremy, maybe, if he can beat me on, at Autobahn or something.
Mm, yeah. That's actually a really good reason for you to go to Audubon. Like, if you care about holding down your season position right now, then you need to
It's
go to
not
these other.
I don't really care
Okay, never mind then. Then come down to
because
Dallas and let's have fun with your car.
I'm literally just trying to do Autobahn for fun because I'm not buying new tires for that event. Because I wanna buy different tires for off season just to have fun in,
Yeah.
and I wanna try, like I wanna play in that a little bit in the off season, so NASA
Speak it
or
out.
Apex.
You said NASA? Yeah.
NASA or Apex
A
'cause,
Apex, I think their last event is going to be in October. But yeah, I agree. That's why I want to get my car's transmission done as soon as possible, weather considered. Because I want to go and do local track days here and do local competition down here in Texas. And right now, without fourth gear, I just can't do it. So
yep.
I hear you on that. All right. Well, let's wrap it up so
Alright,
I can edit this thing and push it out, and then get to
good
dinner.
podcast. Hope everyone
Good
had a hope
podcast. Good content. Good catching up
hope
with you.
everyone enjoyed our ADHD-filled brains going crazy. It's like little squirrels just fighting
Who
in our
knows?
heads.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe something to do with our birthdays being like in the same weekend. I'm willing to bet by the next time we do a recording, it's after our birthdays. We will both be 1 year older. I'll be 32 and you'll be like, I don't know, 23.
Yes,
I'm
I'll be
kidding.
23. Actually, it's 24, alright? Gosh.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Sure, it's not
yeah,
28, 29?
um, I'm 28. I'll be 28.
There you go.
Yeah.
In any case, all
Alright,
right, let's wrap it up. All right. Thank you,
bye, everyone.
everyone, for listening. Oh, hold on.
No,
One more pause. One more pause. One more pause. One more pause. Bye,
just
everyone.
end the recording.
Yeah. That's what I said. Bye, everyone.